Hey, Gamma. Oh, Gamma, why you here? Let me show you something. See, you had sent me something one day, and you was like, you sent me I think it was a super chat, and you said get something for the garden. And I don't know if I ever been able to personally show you. I went and got me something for the garden that I ain't have. Let me show you. When you sent it and you told me, you say, "Hey, Chris. Hey, how you doing?" When you said get some for the garden, you sent me a $5 super chat, I think it was. And you know every girl need a little hoe in their life. So Gemma, I went and bought me a little hoe girl. Bought me a little hoe girl to get out here and dig up some little things out here in the garden, which reminds me of why I hit the live this morning. Y'all, I done started doing a project that I'm like, hell, I don't want to do that. It's gonna take too long. But I want, hey, LaQuiet Smith, good morning, LOL, a little hole too funny. Yeah, I got a little, girl, gotta have I got a big hole too. But I I want to plant me some beans. I got several beans that I want to plant. Um, and I ain't quite sure where I want to plant them at. So all of a sudden, I had this genius idea to start digging like this trench going down the fence line. So then I ain't got to put no trellis up or no nothing for them to catch the beans or whatever that's gonna grow on it. Honey, I got to dig in here in this here space. Hold on one second. Digging here in this here space and let me, as a matter of fact, let me turn it around, turn this camera around and show y'all what I started to do. Let me see. Let me drop it down a little bit because, players mess up too. And y'all don't mind the hurricane debris that's out there. But do y'all see that down there? You see the big hole over there? Our big girl over there, she gardened the area where I was just digging into. But man, please, I started digging in that and that junk turned out that's a little bit more work than I want to do today. Um, with the big hole and the little hole, a lot of work to do. So I started digging down in there, and I'm like, girl, do you really want to plant beans? You want to plant beans that bad that you want to do all this? Let me show y'all what the work is. First, I'm gonna show y'all my that's my apple tree. I grew that from the grocery store, y'all. We got an apple from the grocery store and we put the seeds inside of a, you know what, Gamma, I already got a plan for you that how I can, I love being contagious. And I got a little idea where I can help you be a little bit contagious. Cause how about you know how we be talking about planting them little beans and stuff? I figured since you be doing homeschooling with your grandkids and stuff, that would be a good little project. And say Miss Shauna suggested it, that they grow their own little plant. And if I have to, I even send you the seeds to start it. How about that, Gamma? Okay, so this apple tree, I planted this with an apple from the grocery store. Now I know y'all be going to buy apples and stuff from the store. So all I did was I took the seeds from out of the apple and wrapped it in a paper towel and stuck it in a sandwich bag. And I put it in what that little thing is, that little flap that you lift up on the door where you're supposed to put your butter at or whatever. I ain't never know what you call that thing, but anyways, that's where I put it at inside of that right there. And then I just kept on checking on it because it got to go through like a what you call it, the stratus. Y'all know I'm a gardener, but I don't be knowing nothing about nothing. But I still be doing stuff. But anyways, I showed y'all the apple tree. I also my daughter planted this apple tree. It was in a smaller pot, so we just upgraded it. But you know, it's something fun to see what you can grow from your stuff at the grocery store. That's a grapevine, right? Grow it my own stuff instead of going to buy some seeds or something like that. You must have some good soil. What state are you in? Chris, I'm in Florida. And You know what? You can get a little thing of cocoa core or whatever. I don't know if I have the best of soil because this same soil that's right over here in this area right here, I had my pineapples planted over there at first before I did the big garden bed that I have back in the back with them. And yes, all of my pineapples are from the grocery store. You want to know how to grow? If you buying pineapples from the grocery store, you can grow your own pineapples at home, Chris. Even with the pineapples, I ain't got no soil. With the pineapples, like wood chips, like say like the trucks and stuff that come around and trim the trees and stuff like that, and they have a whole bunch of mulch in the back of their truck. I don't know what made me do that, but I made a little box, went and bought me some um 2x4s from Home Depot, and they got the little things that you can slide the 2x4s down in, and it'll make the box for you. I filled that thing up with wood chips that one of those trucks came and delivered to me for free. Filled it up, and I just set the pineapples down inside of it after peeling the sides off of it. And this year alone, I got at least 20 pineapples. Good morning, right here. I got like 20 something pineapples. And Chris, if you want to know, all you got to do, everybody know over here know, all my answer no questions about the stuff you get from the grocery store and how you gonna regrow it. You ain't gotta do a whole bunch of nothing with it. I didn't use no soil, no nothing. I just did the pineapples the way that I do them, and I just literally stuck it down in the wood chips. And this year alone, I showed them. I even put a thing up and say, how many pineapples can you find inside of here? We must have harvested like 20 pineapples this year, and we kept all the tops off of those pineapples. And I'm ready to make another bed. I need to make another bed real soon because it's so many of them. But yes, you can regrow your own stuff. You got lima beans, navy beans, black eyed peas, pinto beans, whatever you got. If you got beans in your cabinet, you already got seeds. You can grow any of those things. But yeah, y'all know once I get off into my spiel of growing stuff from inside the grocery store. Oh, I grow my strawberries too. You want to grow your own strawberries? I didn't even know what kind of strawberries they is, but I think I ended up with ever-bearing strawberries because I done had my strawberry plants now for about 4 years, and they just keep making strawberries, more strawberry plants over and over again. So I mean, why not grow your favorite stuff? You go to the store, you buy a mango, plant, put your mango seed. If you like mangoes, put your mango seed inside of a bucket. If you live in a cool area, bring your bucket inside, stick that mango in the bucket, and let it stay in the house while it's cool. By the time that cool weather go, your mangoes tree will be done came up. Leave it in the 5 gallon bucket, sit it back outside. It'll be a small mango tree, but nonetheless, it still makes mangoes. So y'all that be worrying about, oh my God, it's gonna be too much this or too much that. I'm telling you, once you start something, don't go spend no money. Just grow what you already eat. Make it real easy. And if the kids start doing it, the kids gonna be real excited about doing it. And then once the kids get excited, they kind of like suck you right on into the equation of everything. So yeah. Well, thank you, Gamma. I'm trying to be, especially when it comes to this. I love being contagious when it comes to gardening. But y'all, I must confess that I'm on here this morning trying to divert because I think I got in over my head with this right here. But even though I'm in over my head, watch, I'm gonna end up finishing it because I need to go from look how I need to go from. Let me keep going. I need to go from all the way down to there, all the way down to. I need to keep going all the way down to here. Yes. So your girl is like, I think I'm just gonna see, this might be an all day project right here of what I'm gonna be doing today. Cause see, I planned on doing this and I thought it was gonna be a little bit easier than what it is. And yeah, I underestimated that. But I'm gonna get it done because I want my beans. I want my beans down in there. But yeah, I just didn't expect it to be like that. I miss having ripe mangoes off the tree. Chris, where you used to get where you used to get ripe mangoes from off the tree? I got so many. I got a whole bunch of mango trees, and I wanted to I had so many of them this year. I think I had more than 1,000 mangoes this year. And I really wanted to give them away, and then looked on the mailing list, and it is one of the things that's on the mailing list that you are not allowed to send through the mail. So they jacked me up for being able to use. Oh, Chris, you are very girl. We used to be neighbors. I'm from Gifford, Florida. I know you heard of Gifford before. I miss having ripe mangoes off the tree. Okay, I got it. You got this. Okay, so what should I start planting with the kids that I can start indoors in the window? What do you suggest? Lettuce. You do salads and stuff, right, Gamma? Start you off. Do some lettuce. It's very easy on the inside. If you like broccoli, broccoli is another good thing that you can start on the inside, but eventually it will have to go outside. Um, Strawberries is another good one that you can start on the inside on in the windowsill. There's so many things, Gamma. So many things. I used to live on. My grandma had a mango tree. Yes. See, I got two. Let me see. Let me show you the one. I got one that's like right behind me, almost. Let me see. Can I? Let me see. Y'all know your hand don't be right when you Let me see. Where is it? That thing right there. That's two mango trees right there. That's one of them ones that create the longer. It's like the elongated mango trees, but that's two mango trees. Then let me show you another one. That's one big mango tree. And then I mean I got so many of them because even during the times like when they have mangoes on it, like one year my grandkids was here and they ate mangoes every day for a snack. And whenever they ate the mangoes, we always tell them plant them wherever you want to plant them at, even if they come up in a place that they should not come up in. We just dig them up and move them to another place, move them to a different place or whatever. But we encourage the grandkids to plant the mangoes. I think we got about 50 mango trees growing after the grandkids had left here. But we let the kids plant them and let them have fun. Let them fail at it sometimes. And let them win at it. Help them win with it at times. But it is a at this day and time we all need to be trying to teach our kids how to grow something because we might end up with nothing in these stores and stuff. So I mean, do what we can do to help our own self. My grandma had a weed farm. I miss those days. Ooh, David. All right then. We grow weeds here too. We grow weeds here too. Anyway, because our winter will be here this month. Yeah, Gamma. So yeah, um oh, another spinach. I can just keep thinking on a whole bunch of different things. There's so many things, Gamma, that I can tell you about. But all of the listen, there's another thing too. Like if you buy cabbage from the store, even experiment with this right here. You get a cabbage from the store, cut the cabbage from around that core that be in there. Don't leave the core alone. Take the core and the flat part that you see when you buy it from the store, sit that down in like a maybe this much water. And do you know that core will regrow your cabbage? Don't believe me? Just watch. I swear it'll grow your cabbage right back in the same way. If you buy your collard greens and it be on that stalk, you can sit that stalk back in water, which is why they stopped doing it that way, because they know people can regrow it back that way. But that's another way. If you don't want to keep going to the store and buying cabbage, you know your cabbage will regrow itself. Also, your celery will regrow itself. If you put it in a little bit of water, keep the water changed in it, it will make roots back out on the side. When it make the roots back out on the side, you can go stick it in the ground. You can regrow your celery. Send me some mangoes. LOL. Chris, I really do be wanting to send them. I had over 1,000 mangoes this year. I sold some of them and I gave a lot of them away. And I wanted to send some through the mail because I was gonna send my moderators some in the mail. But it is one of the things that's on the mailing list that you are not allowed. Um, you're not allowed to send in the mail here. So I be trying not to break the rules and everything like that. Yeah, so you get a mango seed, get a 5 gallon bucket, fill it all the way up to the top, and plant your mango seed right up to the top, and just keep some water on it. Oh, don't forget to put a hole in the bucket so some of your the water can drain out of it. Don't be swimming, But I mean, grow your own stuff. Oh yeah, my mom does that with her plants in the house. She said it's called propagating or something like that. Amen. Yesterday I clipped down. I had a sugar cane. That sugar cane must have been about 10 feet tall. I cut the sugar cane down. I don't really need any more sugar cane, but I always think of how I can give somebody else something, share with somebody else. I cut it down. The kids can't eat the little knots that grow in it or whatever. So I cut the little knots up and I put it in my little you see that white tray right there behind me? I cut all of the little knots off of it and set it inside that tray, and it didn't cost me much of nothing to put some dirt on top of it. And guess what? It will start to grow other little sugar canes. And anybody who willing to pay the mailing fee, I don't mind sending you 3 knots of sugar cane as long as you pay for it to get there, because I like to share. And I'm excited about other people getting into this thing and growing their own stuff. What do you use the sugar cane for? Do you know if you get your own sugar cane, you can make your own sugar? You can use your sugar cane to, like, you can juice it. And you can use the juice out of it instead of using the sugar what they get from the store. You use the juice that come out of it to sweeten your stuff just like you would anything else. And what I'll be thinking of is different things to say, like, what is something that I use a lot of the times that, you know, maybe I may not be able to get it from the store or something like that in the long run, but it would be good for me to have sugarcane. I got it planted in one, two, three. I got it planted about 4 places, so I really don't need any more sugarcane. And it does not die out. Like, you can just keep cutting pieces off of it, and it just more pieces grow out of it. Same thing with my banana tree. Um, my banana tree, it's got another stalk of bananas. And by the way, since I've been growing bananas, I don't eat bananas from the grocery store, because I used to love bananas from the grocery store, especially ones that's kind of like green. I don't mess with no bananas from the grocery store, because now, since I grow my own, they taste, the ones in the grocery store. You will be amazed that if you grow your own stuff and you've been eating the stuff from out of the grocery store, once you start growing your own stuff, that shit be nasty. The stuff in the grocery store be nasty. I went and bought some. I was going to a baby shower one day, and I hadn't eaten anything for breakfast. So I said, let me get me a couple of bananas from out of the grocery store. I bought 6 bananas out of the grocery store, and I tried to eat it. I couldn't even eat them. I couldn't even eat the first one. I ate half of the banana, and I was like, this thing is so nasty, because there is a difference between what you get from the store and what you grow in your yard. A huge difference. But you won't know unless you try and grow it your own self. Okay, if we do green leaf lettuce, exactly how do I plant it? I'm thinking about to do this. Do you grow grapes? Actually, Gamma, you would just actually see my grapevine and you don't even know it. But hold on just 1 second. So listen, I call this the prettiest lettuce ever. I think y'all seen this lettuce in one of my videos before. But you ever go to the grocery store and they have those the lettuce that be inside the little plastic domes or whatever? This is the lettuce that be inside those plastic domes, and it's called that bibbed lettuce, and it be so pretty. It's not like your iceberg lettuce all pressed together and everything, but this right here is bibbed lettuce, and when it grow, I mean, it's so pretty. So look at what you see. What I got this in. Look what I'm growing this in. What I got a snack, and I just used the cardboard box, and this is just cocoa, like dang, what they call it. It come in like a. I've shown it to y'all before. It come in like a little compressed. It's a shame I don't know what it is, but I think it's cocoa core. But anyways, you put hot water on and it expands to the heavens when you open it. But this right here, I haven't did much of anything to this except for put my seeds in, and then when they started growing up, then I separated and then put them in a row like this. And when they get big enough in here, then when I separate them, I'm going to put them in the big garden back in the back. But this is what my lettuce started out in, just like this, very simple. um but bibbed lettuce is like the most prettiest lettuce. But any kind of, get you some miscellaneous lettuce. The miscellaneous lettuce is like it has like maybe like five different kinds of lettuce, and it have the purple, the wavy. It have all different kind. Of have romaine in it. So try the miscellaneous kind, and you'll have a different variety of it. Whatever kind of lettuce that you like to eat the most, um, try those. But the miscellaneous got a whole bunch of different ones. But yeah, I just showed you the grapevine. Let me take this off of here. I'm gonna show you a couple of grapevines that I got. This one right here is one that I planted straight out of the grocery store. Get it to go up this piece of bamboo right here. But all of this right here, let me come back here and run into no friend back here, cause y'all know this what a tree fell. Anyways, all of this vine that you see growing on this fence, Gamma, that is all grapes. That's my grapevine growing down the fence. See, it's growing up here. It's going at a peak. It's going in a different direction right there. But all of that is, hey TMB Monkey Man, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a minute. I've been coming over there checking you out, but I ain't seen you come through in a minute. But yeah, all of this is grapevine on here. I was trying to find an area where you can see it got the little cluster of grapes growing on it. But y'all, I ain't been having the best of luck, because every time I come out here, it's like a little. Let me not say that, because then Gamma might change her mind on here. Let me shut up. Shauna, you talking too much. But yeah, that's the grapevine, Gamma. Let's say in the same sentence, Shauna can encourage you to be in the garden. In the next sentence, she can tell you, girl, run, run, don't be in that garden, don't be out there. But I be having to tell the truth, because one of the things I tell you, we high class gardeners over here. And we call ourselves high class gardeners because we don't play around with no bugs, no snakes, and no worms. And right now, I hear in my garden, but yeah, I ain't gonna discourage you, because you trying to garden on the inside. That's what you trying to do. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. But when that storm came through here, it created like 550 million frogs. So everywhere I go, there's like little baby frogs jumping everywhere. And ain't nobody got no time for that, because I be done slap my earrings to another dimension, slap my own self to another dimension. I don't play around with none of that stuff like that. So And a lot of people be like, "Well, how you a gardener and you don't mess around with no?" You heard what I said. I grow food, bump all the extra stuff. I don't do I don't do none of that right there. I'm sorry, this baby oil been having me slipping. Oh, what? Oh, TMB. Hey, I've been trying to stay away from the dealer, but you just cannot. Um, hi, Ivory Spear. Good morning to you too. I done caught you live. Yeah, you can smell the pesticides on those store bought. Chris, you know what? And I never paid attention to that, but all of my stuff I never use pesticides. Well, I can never. I don't say. I ain't gonna say never, because there is one that I do try and use, but somebody scared the bejesus out of me the other day because they said that the one thing that I was using is like it got just as much chemicals in it. I don't like using anything, but like sometimes if I see my stuff is like under, hey Korean, hey Chicken Boo, if um if what I was gonna say. It don't slip my mind. It don't slip my mind. What does it say? How do you control the frog situation? Now I did hear that if you get coffee beans, beans, not grinds with the that have caffeine in them, that it will keep the frogs at bay. So um anybody want to donate to me going to get me some coffee beans? No, I'm just joking. I actually already have some coffee beans, but I just haven't put them down yet. Um, but when I tell you yesterday, I was going back there to clean up my collard green bed. Hey, Angel. Hi. Look at my old garden is coming back through. I haven't seen in a while. How are you, Angel's Fire? Haven't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you here. Um, I was getting ready to clean out the old collard green bed. I got collard greens back there growing, but I also got new collard greens that I planted, turnips, and I planted mustard greens by mistake. But y'all know that's like the bestest blend right there. So I'm finally getting all three. I'm hoping all the other ones come up and everything. But anyways, I was getting ready to clean that collard green bed out back there, and I tapped one of the plants. I tapped one of the plants, and a little bitty frog came up out of there. I say, "Oh hell no!" So I was like, "Wait a minute, let me tap another one." So then another one came up out of another one. I got the hole and I tapped the bottom of the plant. Hey, Miss Coffee. I tapped the bottom of the other plants with them, and every single one of them had a frog in it. And I say, "Oh, okay then." So I know these collard greens don't really want to be cleaned around today. Can't be because they got too many friends over here. Yeah. So no, I definitely have to get those coffee beans and spread them around because I mean they on 1,000. But they say the caffeine that's in the coffee beans that it makes the closer the frogs get to the coffee bean, it make their heart rate faster, so it encourages them to run the other way. So I feel like I need to go through and I probably need me about 10 bags of coffee beans, or might like 10 cans of coffee beans that I can just go around and just throw them just in the area where I'm gardening at. Frogs too. Come on, Shauna, pluck them. Hell no. It's coming. Nope, we ain't plucking the frogs and all, and just talking about them right now. Like I feel like they crawling on my leg. Let me tell you about the frog. Let me tell you about the frog. One time I went over to my friend house and you know how they had a thing hanging up what catch them, what zap the mosquitoes and stuff. When I went over to her house, I rang the doorbell, and I kind of put my arms up like stretching or whatever, and my hand hit the little mosquito zapper or whatever, and when I hit it, it knocked something down and it went plap right on the back of my neck. I reached my hand back there to grab whatever fell on my neck, and I flung it. It was a frog. and it left this white, like he was like one of them spring frogs or something like that, but it left like this white powdery. Oh God, I can feel them on my neck right now. It left like this white powdery stuff on my hand or whatever. And oh my God, for the rest of the day, I had my shirt like this and just rubbing the back of my neck and just rubbing, rubbing, rubbing. Child, please, I done burnt my neck up. From no, I don't mess with none of none of that stuff like that. Ain't no, I don't care what it is, Miss Coffee. I ain't doing no frogs, no bugs, none of that. You just asked me about it. None of it. I don't want to do. That's why I say we the high class gardeners over here. We don't mess with none of that. I say we grow food. That's it. Food. No, I don't mess with none of that stuff. And that's yesterday I was getting ready to clean that garden bed. All them frogs was popping out of there. We ain't doing that. I came and planted a whole nother thing of collard greens. I say mustard greens, turnip greens, um, mustards, turnips, and collard greens. Right here on the table, you see my new collection of collard greens right there behind me. You know, it's sticking up above those little black trays right there. Yeah, honey, I got from out there with the quickness. Mm-mm. Nope. So I need to go and get my little coffee beans and like spread them around a little bit so like the frogs can go to somebody else's yard and everything, and then I can come back out here and in peace. If my chickens wouldn't eat up everything and the frogs, I would let them loose so they can just go and have a heyday because they be everywhere in the morning time. And I mean, some of the frogs are like really, really little right now. I don't care what size they is. They all frogs. They are all frogs. I don't really care. Oh my goodness! Thank you, Gamma. We going to get us. We gonna get us a. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Gamma's world. uh, yeah, I am be hitting buttons and don't be knowing what I be doing. Okay. Oh heck, that's right, Chris. No, no, no. Oh heck, no. So chickens eat frogs. Yes, chickens. Let me say something. Me and the chickens is best friends because they eat everything that I don't like. Well, it's only one thing that I do like to be in my garden that I absolutely love being in my garden. Now I like the lizards, and I already told y'all the only way I ain't gonna like the lizards is those. Now, Chris, I know you know about them damn lizards that's up there towards Miami way, cause the closer you get to Miami, the bigger those those lizards get, and they bringing back the dinosaur times. So I really love my lizards to be out there because the lizards eat, you know, the little bugs and stuff that'll mess up your plants and stuff like that. So I really love for the lizards to be out there. Everything else I can deal with them. But when them lizards that's down there like Vero, Gifford, and Miami and all that stuff, when they start coming this way, I think I'm gonna be done with gardening. Point blank period, because them lizards is more like snakes than the snakes themselves. So yeah, I think I might be limited in time, and but since I'm limited in time, I I'm teaching my children at the same time, so they ain't scared of nothing. My kids are not scared of any of the stuff that I'm afraid of, except for the frogs. They daddy was real good with them without making them scared of any of that stuff. Me, I'm scared of everything. I get that from my mama. You inspired me to grow my garden this year. Okay, come through, Ivory. This year I'm in the Midwest, so my garden is over with. On the outside, you gotta try the inside too now. And listen, I'm saying the inside, but I'm not good at gardening myself on the inside except for with the lettuce. I tried some other things. Miss Coffee was encouraging me because she's doing the with the grow lights and everything. So I'm not into that. I just recently learned that if you're gonna use a grow light, you can't just use a grow light. You gotta have some kind of constant airflow or whatever going to it, going to your situations or whatever. But um it's something still that I want to try, but I need to get to a different space and time in my life to get with that. We plant food, We let God's creatures go on the other way. Okay, then that's what I'm talking about right there. Hey, misunderstood, how you doing? Yeah, we used to call them Gila months. Gila months. Let me tell you something. I don't think y'all understand those of y'all who haven't been to Miami, like back towards that way, because they even in Gifford, where I come from, those lizards, whatever is going on over there in Miami, with people turning to loose they iguanas. I know that was a problem way back in the day. You know, people started getting the pet iguanas and everything. Over in Miami, the people start setting them free and everything. So you get the iguanas and they getting out there mating with the lizards. Then they start making these. They even got ones with they like this long and they got some orange heads. I even got some videos of them I took the last time I went to Vero a couple of months ago. These things look like African lizards or all kinds of different stuff, but these things is out of control. They are huge. And they really, the lizards are dinosaurs. Chris, they be thinking I be lying when I talk about. I put a whole video on here, and the people on there looking at them, and they didn't think that the lizards are that big. Let me tell you something. If you got a strip in your parking lot, you know the strips on the that divide the parking spaces or whatever, right? Those lines are probably about this wide, right? Between your car and the next car, the strip, the white strip that they paint, right? Honey, if the lizard, just his head and his feet stretch across that thing and his tail still this much longer, yeah, that's a dinosaur. That ain't no lizard. That's a dinosaur. And that's the kind of situation that they got going on back towards that way. See, when all of that right there start happening, see the chickens don't eat the lizards but no, I can't necessarily say that because let me tell you something. It's a couple of snakes and stuff that we done took out here. And my kids just throw them in the chicken pen with the chickens, and they eat it. Chickens eat everything. If you get Let me stop. Hey, chickens eat anything. Pigs do too. Pigs do too. I done heard back in the days that some people used to use their pigs for a lot of things that you know, they used to take people out and then feed them to the pigs. That type of stuff. Um we have pigs too, but we don't eat them. We got chickens eat poo. I don't know. I ain't never seen them eat. I ain't never seen them eat no poo. Now. I ain't never seen them do that. And that now let me tell you something. Who I do know will eat poo, and that's a dog. A dog will eat some shit. I'm here to tell you. You don't believe me? Hmm. They will eat their own. If a dog will eat their own, if you feed them table food, they will turn right around and they will squat it out and they'll turn right around and eat it. And that's why I don't be seeing it for them people who be letting their dogs lick them all in their mouth and everything. Hell no. Hell no. They clean their butt with that same mouth and all of that. Mm-mm, nope. And we have dogs. Done had dogs. I done had dogs now for about 20 plus years. No, more than that. About 30 years we've had dogs. I don't play that licking all over the face and no, we don't do that. No. Hey, even my dogs know. If I got you in my arm, you better not lick me in my face. Don't you do that. Don't you do it. They be knowing that they had their head turned to you because they be so excited or whatever. But my dogs just knew. Mama don't play that. Mama don't play that. No, 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 no. I'm gonna keep up with you. Love your spirit. Thank you very much. I am a clean eater. No lizards, frogs, snakes, none of that. No, ma'am. Please no. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't play around with none of that stuff, and that's why I told you we are called the hot. Let me tell you something. Cassie, you named us that over here. Cassie, you named us. Girl, Shauna, how you a gardener and you scared of all that stuff? I say, well, call me whatever you want. She say, you gonna be a high class gardener, cause honey, that's what be out in the garden. It done been several times, honey. I've been on video. The proof is there. One time I was standing out there and happened to look down and I seen orange by my foot. And I did a double take. I looked and looked again. Snake right there, dang near touching my foot. I got back problems and a whole bunch of other kind of problems, honey. I went to the what you call it? I was in the Olympics, honey. I started jumping all kinds of rows and everything to get the hell up out of there. No, and listen, and was fully strapped, and I still was in confusion. Wait a minute. In the video, you can see me straight up. I'm so confused out there with everything that I need to handle the business of my own self. I was so confused about how to use the phone and everything. I had to call my husband to come out there and get some justice for me. But yeah, no. What? Korean girl, I just happened to look down and see that. Let me go back up before I get to that right now. We are starting a outside garden greenhouse out on the property in Mississippi. I'm so excited to see the results start to show. Thanks for sharing. LaQuay, I am so excited for you. And any questions or anything that you have, like I said, I'm not no professional. I just get out here and I try different things, and I also show the things that I fail at when I fail at them. All of them don't work. And I'm a hard head gardener. I don't never follow the rules on the piece of paper or whatever. I just do it however I do it. My goal is to grow. And let me tell you why I try those different things besides what's on the packet. Because y'all know, our seasons are changing. Sometimes some of my like on my lemon tree, I can have blooms. I can have lemons that are already growing, and then I can have lemons that are about finished all at the same time. So the seasons and the climate changing and everything is changing so much. You don't know what's going to work for you, because them rules that they got on that paper is old as I don't know what. I've been growing tomatoes. My tomatoes been growing for I had one tomato plant that's been growing for 2 years, which is usually unheard of for me. My tomatoes die out every season, so you don't know what's gonna change. So I'll be willing to try everything, especially when somebody give me some seeds or something. Honey, I'm gonna roll with it and I'm gonna try it and see. But good luck to you starting your garden and everything. And I wish you and your family the best eating ever. Have you eaten frog legs? Hell no. I done heard somebody say they taste like chicken. Well, y'all keep on tasting them for me, because I don't want to eat no frog legs, let alone I don't even want to touch the frog leg. Those little balls at the top of their fingers, the little things that be sticking to the wall, I'm scared he might stick through my throat or something. No way in the world. I would not, could not. I would not eat them in a train. I would not eat them in a plane. I do not like green frogs, Korean. No, I don't want to try them. I don't have a desire to try them. You know, they used to have in Fellsmere, close to that's close to, Sebastian area. Sebastian, that area like that right there. They got a place there in Fellsmere, and it's called, they do the Frog Leg Festival there. Well, honey, they go out there and catch all of those frogs and everything, and my husband and my kids do. Me, mm-mm, no. It's a lot of things I ain't finna try. I be seeing people, black folks eat raccoons, armadillos, and all that. Nope. Shauna is a big girl, but this big girl she don't do a whole lot of things. Ivory, I'm sorry that I told you about that. Lord forgive me, but he already was shotteth. And and let me tell you something. And on that day, my husband was like, he don't really want to take him out, but it was only like 9 o'clock in the morning, and he already know that if I'm out in the garden and Satan show up, he already know that I ain't finna stay out there and work with Satan because I ain't gonna be able to do it. Mm-mm. So he had to be took out for the day. He got to be took out. So maybe next time I won't share that part, but that's definitely a practice I believe in. My husband and my kids and all of that stuff, they don't be worried about that because they eat the rats and stuff. Because anytime you got farm animals and stuff like that, you're definitely going to have rats and mice and all of that kind of stuff. But the snakes and cats and stuff like that keep those things down. So they really don't be wanting to do it. But if he in my space, it's either you want me in the garden, and I can just come and do like this right here and maybe run my mouth or something. But I ain't gonna get nothing done in the garden if a snake. It's a garden bed back there that I was clearing that garden bed out. And hi, Trikel. How you doing? Thank you for coming through. It was a garden bed back there that I was cleaning out the other day. And I got down, I got all my soil from off of there and I put it in my little wheelbarrow that's right here. And then I dumped it all in a little pile, making it all nice and neat and everything. And I got down to the part because in a raised garden bed, you don't fill it all the way up with soil. You put like maybe like the storms came through and everything and they got all this wood and stuff on the ground. You put big chunks of wood and stuff down at the bottom to fill your garden bed up, and then you put your soil on top of it to uh I got down to that part and I started to hit on it, so I because I'm breaking it down so I can rebuild. I don't read this the third time I don't rebuild all of my garden beds, and so I'm breaking this one down so I can get to build it. Honey, I went to bang it on the part to get the thing out of, and right out the bottom of the thing, here come this snake doing like this right here. It must have went straight up in the air for about a good 3.5 feet. He just kept going straight up, straight up, straight up. And he was moving real fast. And I'm on the phone talking. I'm on the phone talking to my sister Shalissa at the time. And I'm just talking to her. She caught me in the middle. I was recording the video. And I'm grabbing on the pieces of wood, snatching them out of there. And all of a sudden, this big black snake comes up out of there, and he climbs straight up as far as he can until like he has no choice but to fall to the side. And just to hear the weight of his body fall over to the side and the crumpling of the paper that's in my girl, that thing sent all kind of bad senses down my spine and everything, just gave me the creeps. And I screamed. I was on the phone with my sister, and I was like, "Oh hell!" That garden bed still in the same position that it was in the other day when that snake climbed up out of there. I haven't been back over there yet, and that's been And I posted that video on here too. That been about 3-4 days ago. I ain't been back over there since, and that's why I'm saying if I call for my husband, and the devil is on the scene, he got to go. He gonna take them out because he already know they're gonna end my day in the garden of what I want to do. So um it may be some people sensitive about some stuff like that, but maybe you don't want to know what all go on the farm, because sometimes some things have to be taken care of, and some people sensitive to those things and other people are not. But when you on the farm and everything, honey child, there's some things like you have to be desensitized to. Like say for instance, when we first got chickens and everything, nobody, I would shoot my foot. I was okay. That's what I said. I told you when Ivory, when that snake came through, I had lost all my senses and everything, and everybody was like, "Girl, don't you got a whole piece of steel that you walking around with on your back?" Usually, because everybody always see I got my strap going across my shoulders, especially when I'm back in the back garden. But I don't got nothing planted back there right now. walking around with my whole piece on me and still is on the phone trying to figure out how to call my husband and be on live with y'all at the same time to come back there and get him. Yeah, some kind of way I can get real nervous about a snake, but and not be able to defend myself. But in other situations, don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. But uh okay, Gamma. Let me tell you something. I'll tell all my pain left my whole body, honey. I jumped across like three rows of food out there in the garden, getting the hell up out of there. Woo! Getting up out of there. Yes, breathing hard as I don't know what. And then my kids gonna come to me with this little old bitty tiny snake. Talking about some, can we keep it what? Where? Oh no, we ain't keeping no snake. I don't care if he the size of my pinky. He long as this road is, he can't live here. No. Mm-mm. Crazy. No. And then somebody gonna come up on the video tell me say it's just a little old ring neck. I ring his neck. No, he can't live here. Uh-uh. No, not no snake. um fainted right there. Just go ahead and go to glory right there. But yeah, there is so many exciting things to do out in the garden, and I be trying to do them, but the one thing is bugs and bugs and worms and stuff like that. All of that stuff bothers me. But I know one other thing that I was going to tell you about is if you ever get in a position, if you get somebody, and I'm willing to like part with some of my bananas, because banana trees continuously give off puppies. Like, like if you got a dog, your bananas have puppies, the little pups, and they put little pups on the side of it. So with those little pups, you can dig them up and you can give them away to somebody, and you only need one of them. Only need one, and you will have bananas on and on and on and on and on. So I got some things that I am so willing to share with some people. But the only thing is if I send any of that kind of stuff, you would be responsible for the shipping fees of, getting those things and everything. I right now I'm like not thinking about just selling the stuff or whatever like that. Right now I be feeling like I'm in the giving mood. I'm in right now in the place that I'm in. I'm not in the giving of like giving myself to people, if that makes sense to you. I'm not in the season of giving myself. I'm being a little bit more selfish with myself versus things. You know what I'm saying? Because I've given away myself. And I'm being a lot selfish with that. But I feel like the things that I'm out here growing and stuff like that, I have abundance of it. And if I can share it with somebody and help them encourage them to grow in that way, and for you to grow along with that stuff, I'm down to do that. I'm down to do that. Wow, that's good to know. I love fruit trees. Yeah, if I have it here and you don't have it, just ask me about it. And if I have enough to share it and you're willing to pay the shipping cost for me to send it to you, I don't mind sending it to you. I'm willing to share in that way. And I would absolutely love every time, I'll be going to watch people, to see what they growing in their garden. And it is amazing to me every time to see something that I sent somebody from over here in Florida that's far, far away, and to know that I contributed something to grow into their garden, and they're actually using it, it's actually growing, and it's actually prospering and stuff like that. I really love doing that kind of stuff. So if you see me growing something over here and you don't have it, you know ask me for it, and we'll figure it out. Do you need to live in a specific climate? Like I said, Gamma, there's things that, the cold will definitely take it out, but there's things too that you can have planted outside, and some things go dormant in the cold, which means it look like it dies, but it actually does not die. It's sitting there waiting for all of that stuff to go back, and then it pops back out and surprise you when you think it's like dead and gone. In your area, you have to do the research of like snowing, because I don't know about those areas here, but here in Florida, you can have summer in the winter, in the middle of winter, and winter in the middle of summer. It's crazy like that here in Florida. So you here in Florida, you probably can grow just about everything all year round. You ain't got to have no specific time, but then when you get the snowing and all of that stuff, that's a different thing. So you in those areas, you do have to question, but there's a lot of things that you grow in your area that we cannot grow them here in our area. And still, I would still say try it. Look up the information of how would you do it there. If you did 5 gallon buckets, you got a garage or something, like a little area, a little sunroom or something, you may be living in a condo or something like that, you can do 5 gallon bucket planting. You can do there's mesh bags and stuff that they have that you can try different things in. I mean, you know, all you got to do is have the want, and you will be able to do it. Wow, that's good to know. I love fruit trees. Yes, yes, yes. And Tri-Cal, don't forget, before you came in here, I was telling them about, a lot of people don't know. Try to grow the fruit that if you go to the store, you get you a pear from out of the store. Go look it up online. How do you grow a pear tree? And it'll tell you. You probably got to wrap it up in a wet paper towel, stick it in the refrigerator, and let it do its thing, or whatever. I try to grow everything that I get from the grocery store. I love pomegranates. Anybody in here love pomegranates? Y'all know y'all open them up. Pomegranate's supposed to be really, really good for you. Hey, Miss Yo Thoughts. Pomegranate's supposed to be really, really good for you. Um, I got pomegranates from the store. Me and my kids love them so much. I just bought some. Sometimes them seeds so hard I couldn't even figure out, what you do with them. But I said I'm gonna try them. I'm going to try it. We ate the pomegranates, and I was like, everybody, spit your seeds in this little cup. I got them little seeds, and I just put me some regular old dirt in a flower pot, and I sprinkled the seeds on top of it, and I put dirt on top of it, and just kept it watered. Right now, I have about 6 pomegranate trees right here in my yard. Now, have they produced fruit yet? No, they have not produced fruit yet, but there's a certain amount of time, and most trees are like 3 years and older when they mature and start to produce fruit from off of them. I haven't gotten any from off of it yet, but I'm in the season of expectancy, because one of them is 3 years old and it's kind of big. It's probably about 10 feet tall. I'm waiting to see. I'm expecting it to put out some fruit coming very, very soon. But I definitely have whatever seeds and stuff you get from out of your stuff at home, you know, try. If it got a seed come out of it, try and plant it. And then there's so much information here online that you can ask about anything to help, grow your stuff. I'm nothing at all wrong with that. But you being willing to share your things is definitely giving of yourself in a healthy way. Thank you, Gamma. I'm really, really learning. I'm learning too at the same time that um there is something that's inside of me that's been happening for a very long time, and it's hard for me to sit inside of a room with a whole bunch of people, which is why I don't really do crowds. I don't do a whole lot of things, because imagine you sit in a room and you can hear people's thoughts inside your head, and it's just going on and on, and it's like you hearing all these mixed in conversations and everything in one room. And so it's kind of hard for me to be around a whole bunch of people, because I can feel people's feelings, I can hear people's thoughts sometimes, and it's just a whole lot for me. And me trying to be around a whole bunch of people just does not work for me. Even I was telling y'all about, I'm going through a situation with a person that's lying a lot. Even though I know she's lying and everything, because I love her, I can feel everything that she's feeling. So then her things where she's been lying and everything is getting really heavy for her, I start carrying the weight of that. And so now it has pushed me to a place where I have to learn to, because I'm usually the one I like to sit and listen, because I wasn't listened to as a kid or whatever. So I pour a lot into listening and hearing what other people say. Sometimes it's just things that I cannot sit and listen to and be up under, because it affects me. Which is, at this time, I'm going through like this situation where my sleep pattern has been really, really off, and I know that the heat is being turned up on this one person. So now I'm left here trying to figure out, how do I separate myself from giving myself so much to other people. And yesterday was like a day of confirmation, because y'all know I haven't really been on here on YouTube. I haven't really been and stuff. I've been popping up like 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's when I'm being woken up like out of my sleep in the middle of the night. So for those of y'all who don't know, I be hitting the live button all times of night, but I've been hitting the live button like 3 o'clock in the morning, because I'm waking up to a feeling where I'm feeling like somebody screaming, the house is on fire. And so I'm trying to be more mindful of myself, which I haven't been in a long time. Um, and not bringing in other people's stuff and carrying other people's problem. I have to let them carry their own stuff, because, honey, it's too heavy for me. um, but yes, I'm definitely willing to give in that way. Um, just let me know anything I got growing on over here, not going on. Anything I got growing on over here, and you don't have it in your garden. And even I said, I got quite a bit of banana pups. If you're willing to pay the mailing fees or whatever, I don't mind sending it to you if I have it here. Um, we want to stretch the garden out, and we all want to keep growing. I'm gonna check on what I need to do for bananas. All right, then, Gamma, let me know. Good morning to Shauna and chat. Stopping by to show you some love, sis. Thank you, Mrs. Yo Thoughts, and thank you. Like I said to you yesterday, I thank you for being obedient to the Holy Spirit and letting it speak through you, cause He sure used it. Yes, to show your video that you put out yesterday. I thank you very much for that. Do collard greens go dormant? No, they don't go dormant. And actually, collard greens is one of the good things that go good in the cool area. I actually, that's when I start to do my greens. Collard greens actually don't do that well in heat. They become more susceptible to bugs and all of that stuff when it start to get cool. Like during the cool time, like your broccoli, your collard greens, your cabbage, and all of that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that grow really good, like in the cool time. But collard greens, when they go, they just start to like rot on the inside or whatever. Like I got some out there that's very mature. They've been there for probably like a year, and I planted them with you all on here. They've been there for like a year, and when the summertime come, the aphids and all of that stuff get on top of them and everything. But and then usually, like, from all the bug activity or whatever, to me it seems like they just start to like deteriorate or whatever, and then they go away or whatever. But I kind of, it's like now that the cool weather coming back, my collard greens back there are looking better, but still, it's just come a certain point, and I'll be like, oh, it's time for me to plant some more. So I got my whole little section behind me starting back out again. So I'm gonna do the whole. Now I'm gonna go back around the garden bed, and everything is going to be green, 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 green up there. So you can definitely regrow your groceries. Absolutely. Same here. I'm the same way at work. I'm so quiet at work. Yeah, it's hard for me to get like in a room of people. I been gave up a long time ago, like trying to like be in. Yeah, I ain't been around no crowds and no stuff like that. All that kind of stuff. I done tried to go to a concert before. I done got to the concert and then front row. Got to the concert and started having an anxiety attack. And I had to walk through all of those people trying to get to the back of it to get out. First and last time. I don't like no crowds and stuff like that. I don't need none of that stuff. And then the noise inside of my head is over, over the top. So it's like I don't need no crowds and no none of that stuff like that. It's like I'm like a loner. Sitting here retightening my hair, enjoying you all. Well, I'm glad you are enjoying us. Yes, please like and share and subscribe. Miss Your Thoughts said so. Thank you in advance. Indeed, it is a heavy load to bear. Yes, it is. It is. And I don't care how many times you tell me. Just imagine, like you said, the best way I can give you the gist of it is like, imagine you sitting in the room and your kids don't have no respect. I have 14 of them. I have 14 children, right? Just imagine you got all 14 of your kids in there and everybody wants to have a conversation with you at the same time. And none of them have respect. So everybody's just talking at the same time. Imagine the craziness that you would feel with all 14 of them trying to talk at the same time. And you can only hear really one of them at a time. So it's like that's the best way like I can explain it to you. So for me, it's like being around a whole bunch of people and trying to be like in a crowd. I can't do it. Um, I've been running around the house. Uh, I don't like crowds either. It's too many other people's vibration. Yeah, it be a whole lot going on. It be a whole lot going on in those crowds, and then when you leave, you feel overwhelmed, and you don't even know why you feel overwhelmed. And yeah, it be a lot going on. We did our mother like that, and it was only four of us. That's why I talk fast. Hey, when you in those kind of situations, you better talk fast. You better know how to talk fast, or you'll be done got left behind if you don't know. Hey, if you don't know how to speak up for yourself, move around, move around, move around. But yes, but that's been my thing of why a lot of people is like, why we don't see you on, why you don't be on here no more. And I think it's got a lot to do with like the way YouTube is doing the like they whatever it is that they do. You got to do this to be able to get the notifications. You got to do that. You can't just subscribe to somebody and then you get their notifications. You got to turn flips. You got to do jumping jacks. You got to dig a couple of holes in the garden. You got to do all of that kind of stuff to be able to get notifications if you subscribe to somebody. And then I see people in my comments all the times like, why don't you ever be on here anymore? I actually do be on here. It's just I don't have no set time. I just pop up whenever it is that I pop up. And but y'all, I be trying to do a little bit better. And one of these days we might get consistent at a certain time. But this life. Tell me what happens in life every day at the same time all the time. Even if you got a routine to get up and do this at 9 o'clock, sometimes it's 9:01, it's 9:02, could be 9:05 by the time you get to it, but you plan to do it at 9 o'clock. Either way it go, nothing ain't gonna go the way that you want it to go in life. But what I am willing to do is roll with the punches that I've been giving me and learn how to make it easier for myself now instead of everybody else. Because that's the way my mind thinks. Any situation in front of me, I'm always trying to figure out how to make it easy for somebody else. And making it easy for somebody else does not necessarily mean I'm making it easy for myself. Most of the time, it means I'm absolutely making it harder on myself, and I'm not even paying attention to what it is that I'm doing. And before I know it, I'm standing in the midst of the the situation that I just put myself into and not even recognizing. And oh, that's another thing too. Gamma was talking about one day having a takeover spirit. And I jump right on in there and I say, Lord, if that ain't none of me. And it's not like you can have a takeover spirit, but it's not like the bad. You know, it's because there's a bad takeover spirit and then there's another kind of takeover spirit. And I understood just what Gamma says. Like somebody wants to do something and like you feel like you have a great idea and then you put your idea in there, and because you're the person that comes up with really great ideas, before you know it you are the go-to person because you always have all the good ideas and everything. Is like, and before you know it you're that go-to person to answer to everything, and then you end up in that spot and then you don't know how you ended up there. So there are several situations that I done had myself into, like helping other people, and ended myself up in a bad position because just because I care about these people don't mean that they gonna give me back the same thing that I give to them. And which I'm used to. That's exactly what happened, and which is now that I'm searching to keep my balance of. Whew, there's plenty of things that I be speaking up and I be like, out, and it be like, girl, you be in the back of your mind and you be like, girl, if you don't shut, oh, bug, heck nah. What was that? Y'all see the girl don't be playing about no book. I don't know what the heck that was. Okay, I'm back. Shit. He was hard, whatever he was. I don't know what kind of bug that was. Y'all ain't right. Y'all now I done forgot what I was saying. Um anyways, I done got myself in a whole bunch of situations that, and to be honest, ain't nobody asked me to do those things. I've had an aunt that got sick before. Ain't nobody asked me to go and do it, but I knew there wasn't gonna be anybody else that show up and that was gonna do it for him. So I showed up and did it for him, and I got treated like shit while I did it. But um I did it. Um and there it's been a lot of situations that I jump into it because my heart is in the right place. But I keep on trying to give, and give and give. And after a while, when you keep giving, you will ultimately end up with an insufficient fund, especially if there's nothing being poured back into you. So in those ways I have to find my balance. And again, I'm taking my accountability and saying nobody has to ask me to do anything. I'm always volunteering myself, always giving myself. I give myself away. I always, nobody don't have to ask me anything. Well, they probably do now because I ain't volunteering myself to do nothing. Um, and so right now I'm looking for balance. Yeah, the takeover spirit. That thing come across all kinds of ways, but yeah, I own it, and I really learned it this one last time when I jumped into something, and then it got really heavy for me. And my husband told me, he said, "Now you started this, and so now you have to finish it." And I knew I had to complete this until I got the lesson. And that's what was different about this time. I've been in situations where it cost me a lot, but this time I really stayed in it and I got the lesson this time. I really got the lesson. And so yeah, I'm definitely into more protecting me, myself, and I, because it done landed me in some heavy places that I really do not want to be in. So Um, I don't do time, I do moments. I don't set clocks, I don't punch in nobody time clock. And if I have an appointment to be late, I'm trying to get better. But I work for myself because of that reason. um, Ivory. Okay then. Listen. That's like right down the routine. You even see this shirt right here. For a long time, I did stuff that I didn't want to be told what to do. I want to march to the beat of my own drum. I want to work when I want to work. I want to work for me. I want to have my own business. I don't want nobody else. I haven't punched anybody's time clock in a very long time. Very long time. Um, and that's one of the ways too that I began to take back my power. Even when I was punching somebody's clock, it was big companies and stuff that fully taking advantage of you, knowing dang well they ain't paying you what they should be paying you, doing the work that you doing. And one of those jobs was, I know they gave a $50 bonus to me and it was me and another manager running this store. So if you got only two managers, one of y'all got to be in the store at all times. So whenever that store is opening, one of you all. We were the only two managers in the store. And the owner of the store gave the other manager a $50 bonus. Because at this point, we've been working every day for, I believe, 3 months. It was at this time. Every day, no days off. It was, I was either working at night or in the morning, her vice versa. We was swapping. And then if one of us wanted to have a day off, one of us had to commit to working from 7 in the morning till 1 a.m. to give the other person a day off. But that owner came over and gave her a $50 bonus. Now y'all know, the $50 is nice. Somebody come and hand you $50, but we talk about a bonus. What? That ain't no bonus. But then it's the real kicker. Gave her the $50 bonus and told her me and her got to share the bonus. Yeah, like all right then. Share $50. Um, that was close to the last time I punched somebody's clock. Cause I left there not long after that. And when I left there, I actually left there with them begging to pay me $2 more an hour than what I was already making. And I still said, no, thank you. And I still left. So I worked one other job after that. And I left that job the night that my mom gave me a hug, and I can feel. I knew at that time when my mama gave me that hug that night at that last job that I worked, that I knew my mom was getting ready to pass away. So that's the last job that I clocked in and had to be at, where somebody tell me when and what to do. Y'all know, like these things like shift and stuff, like you set your own time, you work how many ever hours you want to, all day, every day if you want to, and all that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I like to do. But right now, I punch nobody's time clock. I come out here and enjoy the beauty that I'm really coming in to recognize. We've been on this property now for about um I want to say, well, we've owned this property probably about 12 years now. And when we first came here, the yard was not an interest of mine. Before we moved here, I had a garden where I was before that got destroyed. And I think FEMA paid me like $3,000 for that garden, how big it was. And when I came here, I wasn't immediately interested in back getting back in the yard. But eventually, I did. And it's like being here all of this time and not recognizing that you own as much property that you're on. We own a nice size property, and it's like you get one thing done and then there's 150 more. But this is where I hit my clock at right here. This is why I put in my time. You have to protect your energy. People use you until they use you up. Absolutely. And I sure learned that in this last couple of in this here last season. You know that Miss Coffee, that reset. See, and that's another thing Miss Yo Thoughts talked on yesterday. If y'all anybody in a deficit right now, Miss Yo Thoughts did a video yesterday, a premiere yesterday, that really spoke into like being able to reset and to restart your life, start over there. Some things she gave so many different things that you can do to reset and restart. And Miss Coffee know that I've been on my reset and my restart now for about, I think it's been about 4 months. And oh my God, it's once you start, don't expect anything. When I came back, I was looking for some things to be the same, and the things that I was looking the same. My kids didn't greet me the same way, and it was my heart was broken because they didn't greet me the same way. And I could have actually stayed there in that place, but God sent me somebody to say to me, Shauna, why are you looking for the same things that you had before you left? All of that stuff got to go. Reset and restart. You're going to get something new. And that person was Miss Coffee that came here and said, Shauna, don't go back there looking for the same thing what you got the last time. You got to be looking. And even though that thing was a good thing, I was looking for my kids to greet me in a way when I came back that they normally had greeted me. She said, no, all things new. When you get ready to restart, don't go back looking for the old things. Look for the new. The new things are so much better. Nothing's going back to what you considered. Once you restart and reset, all things new. Don't go back looking for none of that new stuff. It's never going back to that place. I cashed out of my 401k and bought another house, 12 houses now. Okay, yes, come through. Not bragging at all because it isn't always easy, but it's all mine. I know that's right. I know that's right. That's one of my testimonies that I tell on here. We moved from 1 acre of land with and we had some issues over there, but what God gave us, there is no need to look back at what we left behind. He increased it um, 2 times what we had before. So we left an acre and we came to 2 acres. So, won't he do it? Ain't nothing to brag about. Tell your testimony, Ivory. um, what you say, Miss Coffee? You renting? You need a 2 bedroom with backyard growing access. All right, hey, make your request known, Miss Coffee. I short term them all. 30-year lease LOL. Um, Thank you very much, Gamma. You work harder with your own business. Nevertheless, it's so worth it. Absolutely. I totally believe that. And ain't no and whatever business you're doing, there ain't no customer service like your own customer service. This customer service stuff that we be seeing these days, and I don't know if y'all experiencing it where y'all at, but this customer service that these people be putting down in these stores, these people could never, ever, ever, ever. If I walked in some of these stores and the way that these people um do, it's like I walked in a store before and the cashier look at me dead in my face and does not speak, don't even acknowledge that I'm there or whatever. And there's places that I've taken my daughter, and there's people that look just like me. I walk in there, and we're the only people. Me and my daughter walk in, and these two other black ladies are sitting there and they're talking, and they started carrying on the conversation like they in the bathroom at the church or something. and I ain't even acknowledged that me and my daughter walked in, you know, and my daughter wanted to buy something from out of there. And when they didn't acknowledge that we were in there and they kept on talking like they just the gossiping and everything, I grabbed my daughter by the hand and I walked her right on up out of there because she the one wanted to go there. And we walked right on the outside of in earshot of them. And I told her, I said, anytime you walk in a place and this is what you get, they don't even acknowledge you, and you getting ready to go in there and spend your hard earned money. I say no. The way that they act, I say you turn right around and you go somewhere else where your money will be appreciated. I say because that is poor customer service. We in there walking around inside of their restaurant for at least 2 or 3 minutes, and neither one of them has said one word. I said, "Oh no, ma'am, we're not doing this." So don't yeah, they they used to have a song in church. They say, "Run, don't look back, run, don't look back." When I would go to church with my grandma, them that's what they used to be saying. Every day is a new day. You're reborn every time you wake up. Whew, I've been reborn a whole lot this week. But that sounds good though. That sounds really good. I bet you be reborn every time you wake up. Alrighty then. So, honey, I've been getting a rebirth all this week. This ain't customer service that they call these days. These babies can't greet you or count your money back. Ooh. See, Ivor, you keep bringing up something. Let me tell you something. When I go into a store, I never sit people's money on the counter. Um, I always give it to them in their hand. Always. Now there are several people that I done went in and I put my money in their hand and then they put my money on the counter. And honey, if you want your line to be locked up, that's the best way that you can do me right there. Is put my money on your counter, cause honey, I got all day to stand there and wait for you to pick my shit up and put it in my hand. I leave it sitting right there on the counter. And then if they ask me what I'm waiting on you to give me my money the same way I gave it to you. That's what I'm waiting on. I'll lock your line up. Stand right there. I ain't moving nowhere. And I ain't picking no money up off of no counter. I think that's like the rudest gesture is like you hand them the money and everything, then you got your hand. There has been times that I've been standing there with my hand reached out for them to give me the money back into my hand and went right past my hand and set it on the counter. And I'm just like, and no matter, like, I want to look over it and be like, they really didn't mean nothing. No, you just sometimes you can't let people slide with it like that. Mm-mm. And that's one of the things I'm willing to be in there, and I'm willing to be just as rude as can be, but not really being rude. When I say being rude, it's like being rude to the people that's in the. I have considerate. I'm not being rude. I have consideration for the people that are in line behind me. But that is one time I hold up the line. If you don't pick my money up off of this counter, I have the manager and everything come over there. I ain't playing with it. No, I don't. Is that's right. We have to start making people responsible for good customer service. It's missing like almost everywhere you go, and it's just so unbelievable to me. It's just like I, when I learned customer service, I learned I worked in like Burdines and like I used to do gift wrapping. I loved wrapping people's Christmas gift. I'm not that big on Christmas and none of that stuff like that. But one thing that I did love, I love seeing people like in the holiday spirit and stuff like that, out about smiling and stuff, going about they spending all their money and everything. See, that's one of the reasons I love to do Shipped during the holidays, honey. They pay the bestest old tips, and people be sending to the store for the little simplest of things that you make real quick shopping trips and everything, and you get that retail therapy because you spending everybody else's money besides your own or whatever. I'm not that big on like during Christmas and stuff. But I love watching people like enjoy enjoy um that time of the year. And at ship they tipped you the best. Sometimes, especially when, but I learned I learned customer service a long time ago, but it just it's like gone in the wind these days. It's a fact. You have new cells that regenerate while you sleep at night, regardless of how long you sleep. Well, yeah, my sleep has really been broken up lately. It's like I'll fall, like I've been trying to go to sleep like a little bit earlier, like now, because of like how jacked up my sleep is. But like, say for instance, if I fall asleep at 10 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, I'll be woke at 10, so I got an hour. Then I'll be up moving around. I'll fall asleep maybe at 12, and then I'll sleep till about 2, fall asleep for a little bit, and then I'll be back up at 3 o'clock. And it's like my sleep is like all over the place. But remember, I have somebody that was really close to me that I'm going through um stuff, and it's like I can feel like the heaviness of all the weight and everything that's falling down on her right now. And so, that's where I am with that. So maybe I need to keep going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep and waking up, so I can regenerate my cells over and over and over again to be this new person that I am today. I can tell you, y'all, today is the day that I feel better than I have in the past 2 weeks right now, today. And this one particular person um that I'm telling you, the liar that this situation is about, there's actually 4 people that she's been able to be draining energy out of like that. So, and everybody involved is like all restless, all it's like they peace was shaken or something dealing with this person. It's like when the lies came out, it's like they fell out like somebody opened a big dumpster over the top of your head and just let it all pour down on you at one time. So but anyways, all reset, restart, redo. So that's where I'm working on. And so, being yesterday, I had a whole bunch yesterday that was leading me to reset and restart all over again. I feel like today's a new day. And actually, there is blue skies because it's actually starting to rain out here right now. But, anyways, I love the rain. Y'all already know, like, I'm that water person. I love when the sprinklers come on and all of that good stuff. But it's raining out here, y'all. And I have thoroughly enjoyed you all today. And I even talked myself out of this work that I was doing over here, but I actually ain't talked myself out of it. I'm gonna go back at it. It's just I ain't feel like doing it when I thought I was ready to do it. But I thank y'all for being the best distraction ever today. Thank y'all so much. And it feels so good to be back on here, smiling, talking, and laughing. With you good people, and we're gonna do it again sometime very soon. I might be back on here later if I got something to run my mouth about. But I love you all. Y'all keep on growing, because ain't nothing like it. There's nothing better than it. Nothing tastes better than it, on the inside and outside. And thank you again for joining Life with Tashanna over here, where we are the high class gardeners. And that just means we don't play around with no bugs, no snakes, and no worms. And that's in real life. And over here, we are about growing on the inside and on the outside. And whatever you growing on the outside, let it match whatever's happening on the inside. And you keep on growing. Until next time, thank you for joining Life with Tashanna. See y'all.